Hey there, Internet. Welcome to another episode of The John Graves Show. And today I'm talking to you about these Steam boxes. Apparently, Valve unveils 13 Steam machines with specs and prices. Now I've looked over this, and I will not be... Now, I'm not going to lie to you here. I am not the guru or the messiah up on specs and graphic cards and all that special stuff that makes computers run. I mean, I know pretty much above average information, but I'm not the kind of guy who pretty much has spent a lot of time making his own computers. However, I do know enough to pretty much know a ripoff when I see one. So with some of the systems, I'm not going to go over like every single one of these, but I will look at the two most average priced ones, such as the CyberPower PC, which runs up to $500. Now it's priced at $499 and up, and does have some relatively average and pretty much everything you need specs with 8 gigabytes of RAM, 500 gigabytes of storage, an AMD Intel I-Core CPU, AMD Radeon or a NVIDIA graphics card. Now, the Radeon is an R9 270, and the NVIDIA is a GTX 760. And the other one is the iBuy, which pretty much does have the same in terms of RAM and in storage, but it uses solely a Radeon GCN's graphics card, and it uses a quad core AMD or a Intel processor. So, give or take, with these two Steam machines, these are possibly the only two average price ones that actually seem reasonable, because they are within the price range of the Xbox One, and they're not that way more pricey than the PlayStation 4. So technically, if you do buy this and there are problems with it, you won't necessarily feel ripped off, and saying is that you're only getting it for one function only, which is to play Steam games or to run your Steam account from off of your PC onto this little machine. You pretty much will not be feeling you won't feel cheated, and you will feel as if you got like an actual like reasonably priced product. Which that for all the rest of these, the only real price difference is only for the storage, which is a terabyte, and the RAM, which is 16 gigabytes, which is more than enough. I mean, which is like too much for what somebody wants in their gaming, system, unless you pretty much have over like 282 games saved on your Steam account. Now, mind you that it would have been better if they would have just released those two boxes, or just release one with like some specs, and they kind of compared that up to the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox One, and they would have just sort of like just spec'd it out for people so that they could understand it and they wouldn't be lost, because they have 13 machines here. 13 machines which have different specs, have different which have different CPUs, different graphics, difference in RAM, difference in storage, and that is too much for some random person to pretty much just see in a store and then just go ahead and buy. Especially saying is that you are not comparing it to the systems which are the main things to get now. Now, how these things are, they are made to confuse people, especially seeing is that a lot of these are over $1,000, and that's where most of the price range for the RAM and the storage comes from. It's like, see, like which one was it? Let's see, which one of these was over 16 gigabytes? The Digital Storm Bolt, 2. This thing is over $2,500, and it And I can see the biggest difference in that with it having 1 terabyte of HDD and 120 storage SSD, and 16 gigabytes of RAM, and a Intel i7 with a GTX 780 Ti. Now, I know that this is a ripoff, solely because the thing is over $2,000. Well, $2,500. That is something that I really do not need to put all my money into if I'm going to just use it for Steam games. And really, Steam games really don't even like push your computer all that much. So really giving me all this power really isn't necessary. Or really giving me all these terabytes, it really isn't all that necessary, because the Steam games really, they don't push all that power, and they don't take up as much space on your hard drive, unless you're getting like a game that was ported on the PlayStation 3 or the Xbox 360 or the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4 or something of that nature. Now that's kind of when you do need it, but like if you already have the systems, you are probably going to buy it on that. So I'm just saying that necessarily the only two really appealing ones are the iBuy and the CyberPower PC, which really isn't a problem, but at the same time, it's still something to kind of look at and really see that this would have just served them a little bit better if they would have just made just one little system and would have just kind of tried to compare it to the other systems, and then they had it reasonably priced as something that was like $300 to $400 or $500. So till then, what do you guys think of this? Which one do you feel as you are going to get? Please let me know down in the comment section. I will see you guys on the next John Graves show. So please keep watching anime, keep playing those video games. I'm out.